My name is Uriel Solis, and I'm going to be presenting my project proposal to help against juvenile violence and bullying. All throughout history, we bear witness to the violence and atrocities that humans cause. All throughout the world, there have been events of war, slavery, and genocide. All throughout society, there have been cases of assault, robbery, and abuse. The sad reality today is that children of this country are not exempt from the violence of this world. Our schools in El Paso are no exception when it comes to violence and bullying. Our schools have unfortunately witnessed a surge of threats from students who want to cause harm in our schools. These threats have spread even further because of social media, where anyone can go online and make a threat to a school, its students, and its staff, even if it's just a joke. With more funding, hard work, and integrity towards the cause, we can see our schools having fewer cases of student-related violence and less bullying among students. These efforts can, as a result, decrease the number of suicides, decrease the number of high school dropouts, and increase the number of students who enter college after graduating high school. According to an article from our local news station, KFOX 14's Erica Esquivel, she mentions about Jeffrey Downey of the El Paso FBI back in February of this year. She writes, Jeffrey Downey with the El Paso FBI said, "The surge of social media threats towards our schools and communities is an alarming problem here in El Paso and across the nation. In 2022, there were almost 6,000 school threats across the country, which is a 60% increase from 2021. This year, the El Paso community has also seen an increase in school threats," Downey said. The El Paso FBI has worked on 8 of these school threats and said the local school police departments say they are facing at least 3 of these school threats a day. A news story from El Paso's KTSM talks about several incidents of juvenile violence. The article mentions back in February, Pebble Hills High School received threats through social media. Pebble Hills High School was placed on lockdown after reports of social media posts of a student with a weapon. An El Paso attorney specializing in juvenile law says what's concerning is the incidents are widespread. It used to be when I started practicing juvenile law, it was focused on maybe a few high schools that were the problem. But now we are seeing it's in every high school in every school district, Attorney Omar Carmona said. There has been an increased number of violence and threats of violence in schools throughout the country. This could all originate from bullying and untreated mental illness. According to the Administration for Children and Families, mental health should be a priority, especially for children and teens in foster care. Mental health and behavioral health is the largest unmet need for children and teens in foster care. There is more than 391,000 children and youth in foster care across the country, and about 80% have significant mental health issues due to the complex traumas from entering foster care. The mission of the ACF is working to promote economic and social well-being for children, families, and communities. The introduction of a course on mental health for these young students would not only bring awareness to the importance of mental health, but also in the future help these young adults manage the mental struggles life tends to bring to all of us. A course on mental health would only serve as beneficial for these students. The last thing that any parent wants to hear is that their child was involved, or worse, died at a school due to an act of violence. One of the most important responsibilities of any school is to provide safety for all its students. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, from July 1st, 2018 Through July 30th, 2019, a total of 39 school-associated deaths occurred in the United States, including students, staff, and non-student school-associated victims. Of these 39 school-associated violent deaths, 10 homicides and 3 suicides were of school-age youth. To avoid this problem from spreading throughout our country, preventative measures must be placed. No parent should ever receive a phone call that their child was involved in an act of violence at their school. What are some solutions to this severe problem in our schools? What can our school system, community, and individuals do to secure the students' safety and future? We can increase funding for after-school programs, provide more counselors to alleviate the burden of the one counselor at the school, either by grade level or the number of students. We should invest in increasing security, either cameras, metal detectors, etc., and a semester course that teaches about life, mental health, camaraderie, and bullying prevention. This and so much more can be done to improve the quality of schooling, improve the safety of our students, and bring back reassurance to the parents. Our short-term goals should be to increase the participation of students, have fewer instances of students isolating themselves in school, and have more meaningful conversations between students and staff to promote confidence and reassurance. As for long-term goals, we should aim to decrease the number of cases of student-related violence, decrease the number of suicides, decrease the number of high school dropouts, and increase the number of students who enter college after graduating high school. We should aim to eliminate the artificial hierarchy students tend to put on themselves by promoting an environment of camaraderie and teamwork, and putting them in situations where they have to work together. We should eliminate school barriers and promote social barriers and promote the idea that, especially at their age, students' social status doesn't matter. We should treat everyone with dignity and respect, regardless of who they are, where they came from, or who they look like, or what they look like. As for the budget, students should always be the priority. Everything else should be regulated to maintain accountability and integrity and prevent misuse of funds. Any luxuries and unneeded purchases should not be allowed. Taxes may also have to be raised, but I'm sure any parent would do anything to ensure the safety of their child. The best way to ensure the system is fulfilling its purpose is by monitoring the students' behavior. Teachers are the first to notice any sudden changes in their students. These teachers should be trained to identify, address, and take proper action when a child is either bullying, a victim of bullying, suicidal, involved in juvenile violence, or even having trouble at home. Teachers should not be the only ones, however. More counselors and social workers should assist teachers and students. All this to promote a better learning environment. Together we can build a better, more positive learning environment for all students of all ages. Thank you.